So as promised, I'm doing the other secretive Strixhaven uh, play booster pack, and in the near future, watch out for some Pokemon packs and some Magic the Gathering 60 card theme decks. So without further ado, I'll take off the box that's supposed to deter shoplifters. I feel like this was a slightly different picture than the pack from earlier, so let's see if that brings us any luck. We have Quick Study. It's an instant for 2 and island. Draw 2 cards, which, can't complain about no drawback. Occasionally, cards that let you draw have, like draw a card, discard a card, or something. Goblin Glasswright for the creature part. It's a 2/2 creature, a goblin sorcerer. This creature enters prepared. The reminder text says, while it's prepared, you may cast a copy of its spell. Doing so unprepares it. And then the spell on the other part of the card is Craft with Pride, which is a sorcery for a mountain. Create a treasure token. The reminder text is, it's an artifact whiz. Tap, sacrifice this token. Add 1 mana of any color. So kind of cool that, it gets you a treasure token, given you'd have to find ways to prepare it again to get multiple tokens off it, but even so, you still would have a, body on the battlefield. Shopkeeper's Bane. It's a 4/2 creature, a badger pest for 2 in a forest. Has trample. Whenever this creature attacks, you gain 2 life. I mean, where it's a 4/2, like, weak creature could potentially take it out, but it also, attacks for 4 with trample, so, your opponent has a 2/2, it's double suicide, but 2 of your damage tramples over, so, you get a little bit of sacrificing your attacking creature, and, this guy triggers gaining 2 life every time it attacks, so, pretty decent value for, the mana cost. Pull from the Grave. It's a sorcery for 2 in a swamp. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. You gain 2 life. So, getting not just 1, but 2 creatures from your graveyard to your hand. Yes, it'd be better for, if it was to the battlefield instead of your hand, but for 3 mana, like, you had to expect it to be your hand, and you're gaining life. Like, black sometimes has drawbacks, so the fact that you're gaining life instead of losing life for, grabbing your creatures, that's pretty good. Rehearsed Debater. It's a 3/3 creature, a Degen Bard for 2 in the plains, has vigilance. Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that targets a creature, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So, another fairly solid card for its mana cost. 3/3 with vigilance. If you target a creature, it gets +1/+1, so a 4/4 until end of turn. Visionary's Dance. It's a sorcery for 5, island and a mountain. So let's see if this holds up to being as good as the previous cards as far as mana value. Create 2 3/3 blue and red elemental creatures with flying. So, I mean, decent, given I'd maybe expect half that mana cost. You can pay 2, discard this card, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. So I don't know why you would pay 2 and discard this card to get basically a card draw and then mill the other card essentially. But I guess if you didn't have 7 mana and you need a card, paying 2 and discarding this to get a card draw situationally might be okay. I just don't know if I see myself paying 7 for 2 3/3s with flying. Inkling Mascot. It's a 2/2 creature, an Inkling Cat for Plains in a Swamp. Not sure how this is supposed to look like a cat, but that's just part of the typing. Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, this creature gains flying until end of turn. Surveil 1. The reminder text says, look at the top card of your library. You may put it into your graveyard. So, I mean, unless you have something to get stuff back from your graveyard, Surveil almost feels like the worst version of Scry. Then we have another, like, creature slash instant. So the creature part is Encouraging Aviator, which is a 2/3 creature, a bird wizard for 2 and an island, has flying, which is a bird, so it'd be weird if it didn't have flying. Whenever this creature attacks, it becomes prepared, which is actually nice because a lot of the other cards just, when it enters, it's prepared, but then you don't have a way to prepare it again unless you have a way to, have it enter the battlefield again to become prepared, and then you're, I don't want to say wasting cards, but you're using extra cards to, get an effect more than once. The reminder text says, while it's prepared, you may cast a copy of its spell. Doing so unprepares it. But again, when this creature attacks, it becomes prepared, so you at least have a way to reuse the spell. The instant side is Jump, which costs a single island. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. Ennis, Debate Moderator. It's kind of interesting that it had a couple cards with Debate in the name. It's a 1/1 legendary creature, a human cleric for 1 in the plains. So where it's legendary, it could be a light commander. Let's see if it's actually worth being a commander. When Ennis enters, exile up to 1 other target creature you control. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So, if you have something that has enter the battlefield triggers. You could blink it to re-trigger there the battlefield stuff, or just use it as an evasion. Like if one of your opponents targets a creature with a removal spell, you play this guy to exile the target creature. Oh, your removal spell has nothing to target now, and then later my guy comes back. You could do that. At the beginning of your end step, if one or more cards were put into exile this turn, put a 1/1 counter on Ennis. So, I mean, he likes to exile stuff to return it, and he gets 1/1 counters for doing it. I mean, seems like a mediocre commander, unless you just want some giant shenanigans commander deck. Teacher's Pet. It's a 1/1 creature, a skeleton pest for a swamp and a forest. Has menace. The reminder text says this creature can't be blocked except by one or more creatures. I mean, it's a 1/1, so unless you buff it, it's going to die being blocked by two creatures. Whenever this creature attacks, you gain a life. So, kind of cool you're gaining life, and not specifically from lifelink, but I guess it'd be cool to give this guy lifelink. For a swamp and a forest, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So, I mean, a 1/1 is obviously going to die if it's blocked by two creatures, but then for the same amount you cast it from your hand, you can return it from the graveyard to the battlefield, given it enters tapped from the graveyard, but still you get to replay it as many times as you need unless your graveyard gets exiled with him in it. Emeritus of Conflict for the creature side. It's a 2/2 creature, a human wizard for 1 and a mountain. Has first strike. Whenever you cast your third spell each turn, this creature becomes prepared. So, takes a little bit to, have it be prepared again, but when it's prepared, you may cast a copy of its spell. Doing so unprepares it. The instant is Lightning Bolt, which costs a mountain. Lightning Bolt deals 3 damage to any target. This actually, ironically enough, looks like it has Spider-Man set symbol, which it might not be, it just happens to be what it looks like in this lighting. Then we have a full art Feed the Swarm. It's a sorcery for 1 in a swamp. Destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's mana cost. So earlier I mentioned being surprised by a black card not having the drawback. This is the kind of black card I'm kind of used to from some sets over, Magic's 30 plus years of existence. Like, yes, you're destroying some, creature or enchantment your opponent controls, but the drawback is you're losing life equal to the mana value. And then we have the foil card, which is Prismari's Charm, an instant for a island and a swamp, or sorry, island and a mountain. Choose one. Surveil 2, then draw a card, or Prisami's Charm deals 1 damage to each of 1 or 2 targets. Or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. The basic land is a swamp. Not quite as cool of artwork as the island from the other Secrets of Strixhaven, but it's still okay. And then we have a token, a dual-sided token. One side's a 3/3 elemental is flying. The back side is a treasure token, which is an token artifact treasure that you tap to sacrifice this token, add 1 mana of any color. So hopefully you found some value in this pack, and if you didn't see the earlier pack opening of Secrets of the Strixhaven, go back to my channel to check it out. Thanks and have a good evening.